The Morgan Report with David Morgan. Discover how to build and protect your wealth at themorganreport.com.
David Morgan of themorganreport.com for the week ending 1 May 2026. Well, we just posted the Morgan Report for our premium members. And this is an outline. What we set to our members is jump to members only. Obviously, if you're a paid subscriber, you just click there and it takes you in automatically. But this is an outline of what we did. The opening thoughts is something that we start every letter with and have from the beginning. Primarily this month, we're looking at the possible end game where the system resets under its own weight. This is not discussed very often. The outcome has a fairly high probability, but at this juncture, we do think that more liquidity will be added to the system. In other words, the late, great Richard Russell inflate or die will take place, and that precious metals will respond to that inflationary effect and the uncertainty involved. Ted Butler, who's worked with us now for a few years, completed the third section of the AI situation. He writes the silver section for the gold book, which is a coveted analysis by Ronnie Stothele and his team, Ted being one of his team, also a member of the Morgan Report team, obviously. He did a deep dive into solar, where it is, where it's going. And this is largely based on the latest research that he did for Ronnie's silver section of the gold report. When inflation reaches its limit, this is the editorial that I did, and there is a saying that circulates that all inflations end in deflation. And I went through that in a rather thoughtful manner, and it was important for people to know that even in hyperinflations, once they end and the currency isn't trusted, that a new system does evolve either through government edict or the marketplace itself, or a combination thereof. I wrote about the precious metals. I'm still pretty much convinced that we're going to go sideways through the summer. Could be wrong. If I am, I'll admit it promptly. On the other hand, the top isn't in as far as I'm concerned. Certainly January looked like one, but one of the main bank analysts, I won't name the bank's name, it is privileged information, but he's saying that the top is in, it's done, it's a repeat of 2011, a repeat of 1980, spike high on a parabolic move, which is true, it did take place, and that we'll never see it again. We're going to see the 50 mark tested and probably trade as low as 34. I disagree, but I thought it's important for our membership to know that, and now you get to know it for free. Silver's industrial engine, solar growth losing steam. Again, this is what Ted wrote, which I outlined in what this month's report is about. And he did a second and final section on AI, talking about AI medicine and the race against time. All of these very interesting aspects of artificial intelligence, transhumanism, and all this facing us from the technological situation. My daughter has been writing the blockchain brief since we lost David Smith a few years back, and it looks a pretty good look, and has, for the blockchain market. And again, some people are critical that we just don't stick to resource stocks like lithium, cobalt, copper, etc., and the precious metals. Why bother with blockchain? And I started the blockchain many years ago because that is the big push for the new system. And because of that fact, I think it's very important to put it into the reports. So, of course, we took another look at a couple of members' questions. We can't give individual advice like any financial newsletter writer, but that's kind of an outline of what this month's looks like. Of course, you can stay on the free list, go to the blog, that's for free. Look at our X account, that's for free. All these things are here at the bottom. Our YouTube account, our Twitter account, our X account, LinkedIn account, and very minor presence on Facebook. So to wrap it up there, I'll be back with you next week with another weekly perspective.
The U.S. government debt is about to cross $37 trillion. That's not a typo. That's trillion with a T. Tariffs are being used to try and even the playing fields. Global supply chains are shifting. Inflation isn't going away. And the value of your dollar? It's quietly being drained while no one is really talking about this. The truth is, we're living through the early stages of a financial reset, whether anyone wants to admit it or not. And if you're still relying on mainstream headlines or financial advisors who just tell you to write it out, you could be blindsided when things really shift. That's where the Morgan Report comes in. For over 25 years, David Morgan has been helping investors cut through the noise. He tracks what actually drives markets, from precious metals and mining stocks to global debt and monetary policy, and show you how to protect and grow your wealth when the system is under stress. This isn't just about gold and silver. It's about having a clear-eyed view of where things are headed and making sure you're not caught off guard. The Morgan Report gives you real research, honest analysis, and strategies you can act on, even in a world of rising debt, unstable currencies, and economic uncertainty. Go to themorganreport.com today, download your free report, get informed, get ahead, and take back control of your financial future. Themorganreport.com, because 37 trillion in debt won't fix itself.